These living creatures, he calls them creatures. He calls them creatures. And the creatures were not dead, they were alive. But they came out of this fire, and each creature had 4 faces. The face of a human being was the first face that the prophet described to us. I saw on the creatures the face of a man. It had the face of a man, but it's not calling it a human being, it's calling it a creature. Yet it had the face of a man. So the face could not cause the entire body to be considered a human being. It had the face of a man, yet it was a creature. Now, but you follow this. And there was another face of an ox. And there was another face of an eagle. And another face of a lion. On each creature. So each creature had 4 faces. And then I saw that each creature had 4 wings. And for your own understanding, these are not angels. You must have an understanding of that. Angels do not have wings. You would not be told in the Bible to entertain strangers. For some entertained angels unawares. They were not even aware that these were angels. You would not be unaware if an angel had wings. I don't want to get into, you know where it's going. I don't want to get into that. I wish I had time to explain to you some of these beings. Hear me. Hear me. 4 wings. There were these, I saw these upper wings stretched towards each other, and they were joining. This creature's wings were touching another creature's wings, and another creature's wings. And then with the 2 other wings, they were covering their bodies. There is something about their bodies that they didn't want Ezekiel to see. Except the bottom part where he saw what was coming out like were calves' feet. But underneath the upper wings, he saw human hands. This is a vision. Lest you wonder what made the man to fall. In chapter number 2. And Ezekiel says that I watched as they were going. The formation to me was so profound. They were going in a straight line, not turning to the left nor to the right. There was a straight line when these things were moving. And then Ezekiel says that, then I noticed also beneath each of these creatures were wheels. He saw wheels. And he says, I saw it was like a wheel inside of a wheel. Like if you take 2 rings, the bigger one and the smaller one. So it's like in a round shape. So a wheel inside of another wheel. So each creature had a vehicle. And he said, I saw round about each wheel were multiple eyes. So the vehicle would see where it is going. And he goes on to explain something that is so interesting to me. And he said, what I noticed was that what would give movement to the creatures was the spirit. Whithersoever the spirit went, they followed. And then he went on to also explain that wherever they also went, the creatures, the wheels also went. So there is a movement of the spirit, followed by the movement of the creature, followed by the movement of the wheels. So it was not the vehicle under them driving them, they were driving the vehicle. Now, he goes on to tell me something now, which is so outstanding. He says, I also prophetically noticed that the spirit of the creature was in the wheel. There was the spirit of the creature in the wheel. So the creature had an ability to inspire what it drives. What was given to the creature as an asset, as a property. I noticed that there was his spirit in his house. There was his spirit in his suit. There was his spirit in his children. There was his spirit in the car that he drives. I noticed that in the wheels was the spirit of the creatures. So they were powerful enough to give life to the wheel, strong enough to give life to the wheel, powerful enough to give a thrust, a rotation. They would rotate, the wheels would rotate according to the measure of their spirits. They are borrowing energy and fuel and strength from the creatures. You see them moving. So it's a power given to a creature to make things run, even though the thing is dead. It will run by the spirit of the creature. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Ezekiel was confused because he says, I didn't see them turn. They were going forward. Why would such a creature make a U-turn when it has four faces? You, Ezekiel, you need to understand something. It has four faces. Whichever direction they choose, you might not be able to realize that they have made a U-turn. So if you see them going that direction, it's a human direction. When the face of a human being is towards that direction. But there comes a time when the lion in them has to take over. That is all that you need to understand, the mystery of such creatures. They know that if you live with only one nature, the nation will destroy you. So if the human face is facing that direction, right? And you know that's where I'm going as a human being. Before you start to move, you must also turn and give the face of an eagle an opportunity to see beyond the capacity that you have as a human being. In terms of distance, an eagle sees further than humans. So I'm only saying that whenever you are about to, whether it's a project that you want to do in Zimbabwe, in a nation like ours, it must be given 4 faces. As a divine creature, you must identify an opportunity, but before you execute, allow the eagle to prophetically analyze the venture. How far can this idea go? Humans cannot see that far, only eagles can. So give it an eagle's eye. Are you following this? And then you have to then turn another face and you look at it again with the face of an ox. Your ability to work, your energy, your power, do you have what it takes to carry such weight on your back and not be broken? Are you following this? Are you following this? There will come times when you don't need to act like a sheep. You need the nature of a lion. When you begin to move, you will notice that when you begin to move, there are days when you feel it coming. You feel it coming. Those days are coming when you feel like, I think I've been too nice. When you begin to experience such a feeling, then you know the face which is about to come forward now. You don't need the face of a human being. Good governance in any state, in any nation, is for humans. Sit down. Sit down, please. Sit down. You are going to be stuck if you are going to restrict yourself to only one face. Until you understand from today that there is another nature to yourself, and give that face an opportunity to look at the same problem with a different face. My brother, my sister, the face of a lion is a face. When you go to some of these game parks, even when the lion is in a fence, you have no faith in that fence. You stay away from what? From the fence. Why? The spirit of the creature is where? In the fence, in the wheels. It is bigger than its size. Its presence goes beyond its physical body. You feel it miles away. These other little creatures and the antelopes and they feel it. When the lion is around, they feel it. You don't need to see Mr. Lion coming. You feel his presence. When he's in the area, you know it. You know it. There is a change of behavior. You look at the animals, they are unstable. They haven't seen anything yet, and yet they're experiencing something. And I saw these creatures, and they were being led by the Spirit, and they were leading the wheels.